set draft every game.
Speaking of the draft, though, as we're seeing right now, the first picks are coming in. The bands are complete for our final game today. Geek Fam versus SBTC Esports. Right here, as we're seeing, the champions being locked in. Any first thoughts over here onto the draft?
Yeah, for this one, I think Geek Fam is now adjusting. We saw how TF played on the ribbon, Varus as well. So they banned it out. They don't want SBTC Esports to play this. But considering that SBTC has locked in onto Lee Sin, I think that's also something important to take note because this is an early game champion. Now, TF played that game number 1. I think we'd expect the same thing in game 2.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, we do see what we typically expect from SBTC. Olaf is banned away, so they're going in for Gragas Lee Sin. This combo is so good at skirmishing, finding angles, winning these small fights. But Geek Fam, they're going back for the Wombo combo. This was something they did a lot earlier today. Didn't quite have the successes. I feel like this would have been a much more effective draft for them in game 1. They have the right pieces, they have the right ideas. They're just not slotting it in the right games. I think if they ran this comp in game 1 and they ran their game 2 comp their game 1 comp right now, it would actually match up against what SBTC has way better. But I think their mentality is kind of just like, okay, we lost with this, it doesn't work, let's play the next thing. If we win with something, you know what, this works, let's just keep playing it. They're not looking for what's optimal, they are just going off of the feeling.
Well, SBTC Esports bringing out the Senna once again, and I really like the Kirill's performance here on the Senna. Going more for the assist rather than the ADC or the damage. Infinity, what about you? What are your thoughts over here? And actually, I also want to know because we saw this Infinity a lot in the Icon Series Philippines, the Senna and the Nasus combo. We haven't seen it quite yet, but it's really, really good. I feel like SBTC Esports could probably take this maybe if they want to.
I mean, that's an option, right? Currently, they're lacking onto the AP damage. If ever Gragas goes for a bit of a Baron lane or a tank build here, SBTC can literally go for that route here. And I think that's an option for them. I think the counter for that is the hyper aggression. But Geek Fam has this Nami, so I think that can pretty much match this up. So I think that is indeed going to be a selection here for SBTC.
I'm sorry to break your heart here, Mika, but I think it's very likely going to be a Gragas Senna bot lane, so that's going to be a bit of a letdown because we do see the Fiora come in, and this is a blind pick Fiora. So Minus is kind of throwing down the gauntlet here. He's saying, I don't think you were playing Fiora the right way in the last game. I'm going to blind pick it. You're going to counter me. The answer is Irelia, so this is going to be a very high skill matchup. I do personally favor Fiora in this matchup, so I'm a bit on the fence about this counter pick, but we have to see how it plays out, right? And I think SBTC, there we go. That's a very SBTC draft.
Yeah, the Yasuo. Infinity, I want to know your final thoughts on this draft. We're not quite sure of the final pick so far, but yeah, just your immediate thoughts on, how you think Geek Fam can counter SBTC, even though SBTC Esports' draft looks really good.
Yeah, I think they have to utilize the Nami ultimate very well. They have to be in synergy with what their playstyle is going to be, especially with Jarvan 4 going for the 69 level 3. We could expect him to match up against TF here at level 3 to go for the early aggression. So I think that is what Geek Fam needs to do here up against SBTC. But we're looking at infinite scaling for Senna. So when it comes to the late game, I think it is looking great for SBTC Esports.
Yeah, what about you, Omo?
I mean, if we look at scaling, SBTC definitely has that in their back pocket. I think a lot of the pressure this game will come down onto the Shang, like we talked about, right? He needs to be the one performing, and he definitely has a chance to. If he manages to explode this matchup as the Irelia, he could definitely carry the game. Alternatively, Momo seems to be back on this Lucian. I expect them to put Ziggs in the mid lane, so this is another opportunity for him to redeem that pick.
Yeah, well, hopefully redemption is in store for Geek Fam as we head into our final series of the day. It does look like a tall order for them, as we mentioned, and yes, we got to know Geek Fam a little bit more in their interview video, but unfortunately, it doesn't look good. SBTC Esports, though, they're just a Goliath right here in the group, in Group B, and in the C Championships overall. They still remain to be one of the favorites, one of the top teams here, and definitely the kings of the Vietnam region. But let's get into it as we head into game 2. It's going to be Geek Fam versus SBTC Esports Casters. Over to you guys.
Well, thank you a bunch, Mika. We're going into this one. It's the last game of the day, and to bring you guys the action, I'm Cayman this, and with me is Riku. Well, once again, putting the spotlight on Geek Fam, and we're putting them under the microscope, watching everything they do, scrutinizing the good points, the bad points. We're here to watch it all in this final BO2 for day 2 of the group stage.
Yeah, we'll see if that game number 2 buff is gonna send Geek Fam to take this into a 1-1 against
It's
SBTC.
kicking in.
Yeah, they've got
Power
Momo
levels
here.
are rising.
Power levels are rising. It's right there. I mean, is SBTC? It's action right away.
See, there you go. Would we? I can't take this seriously, Riku. I cannot take this seriously. Geek Fam will start things off. You know, I do want to bring some attention to the Shang because he's gonna switch over to the mid lane to grab some of this EXP and clear out the waves. But you know, you look towards the Irelia. I'm quite curious how this will play out against Minas. It's a big skill expression matchup, and whoever's better, frankly, will be the one to win this lane. How do you feel about the odds are for Geek Fam?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? There's a lot of pressure towards the Shang being able to win that 1v1 against Minas. And I think there is that mini skill matchup, I suppose, especially Minas going to be anticipating that pretty slow stun coming in, so that's easy repass right there.
Oh, look at that. That's the game 2 buff we're talking about. Puts SBTC in their place. Momo with that aggressive Lucian pick.
I know. I mean, when Lucian arrived in the game, people were like, maybe it's going to be like League PC. Maybe the best combo for Lucian will be the Braum. No, it's going to be the Nami mid lane. So.
Well, I think everything just goes well. Nami Haki's going to face off against TF against Julie. Survives, has the barrier, so it's a little bit too much to commit. Full 69 is going to be by the side as well. No Nunu this time around, so I'm quite curious how this is going to play out for Geek Fam. That being said, I think Jarvan is a fine adaptation as well.
Yeah, the Jarvan 4 is there to be that main engage for your squad. Flag and drag into Cataclysm.
There we go. TF, he walks in the brush, he spots out 69, but here we have it. Nyx is joining in as well. The flag and drag gets the catch off onto Julie, who has to try and walk away. Flashes away from the Aqua Prison. They barely escape.
That was too close. Julie is forced to use both summoner spells. Geek Fam, in the meantime, can continue on with the pressure in mid lane. They can't afford to do so.
Sure about that? You sure about that, Riku? Can Momo keep the aggression going down here, though? He finds the trade! And it's 1-for-1 in the bot side.
That could have been a no exchange, but Momo, good thing, is able to chunk down Akino. This could be another dive, though, over here, Minas.
They're walking in, they're walking onto the Fiora. You have to show some respect to Geek Fam, and they Ignite taking them down low. 69, I don't even think you had to commit there, buddy, but he goes in anyway, just wants to secure the kill, and you will find it.
After that flag and drag, if you don't have flash...
The Shang! No! There's nowhere to go!
Pain. The Shang had flash, but felt like, okay, might be a waste. I'm just gonna die here anyway, so I'll just bring that flash in, use that as an outplay potentially later on against Minas at the top lane, or as an escape, because, you know, TF, we know TF how he goes. He's just gonna keep going, and ganking.
Oh, absolutely. He's absolutely trying to get that happening as he will walk in on 69 once again. He's gonna get back to safety under turret, but SBTC, once they spawn them out, let's see if we get anything done here as, well, Haki's just gonna be by the side. And you know, while we have a little bit of downtime here, Rico, I think we should mention as well, Geek Fam changing their mid lane and bringing in Haki, and this is really the first day that we've got to see him play. You know, how do you feel like this change has been compared to having Ozeroveki for this team?
Yeah, I think it's a really, really huge change now that they can... I feel like the dynamic's a little bit different. Sometimes they can sit back and relax, have the early game reliant on towards Momo here, like right now.
Wow, just mechanically played that so well, Momo. They find a kill down the bot side. And, you know, SBTC, they wanted to skill up a hero. They wanted to skill up Aquino. They have to stand up to opponent power, but they are punishing that so well this game.
Yeah, gotta love Momo solution there. Again, this is the pick that is able to get triple kill early within 3 minutes up on their matchup against Alliance, and it seems to be the trajectory now that they want to do. SBTC, though, already starting this Dragon Geek Fam can exchange over a top side, but look at Akino. He's busy pushing down 69.
Gold is much tighter this time around. 9 pops a Cataclysm. Will take the flash away from Aquino, but look at this collapse coming in both sides. SBT members starting to flood into the river, and it's down to GEEK fam to find something this process. But in the meantime, Julia's coming with the last breath. They are forcing away Hockey, pushing back 69, and the first to fall, it looks like it's going to be the Shang, but he's barely gotten away, especially with Nyx's heal. The ebb and flow keeps him topped up just barely enough.
Yeah, I gotta have a lot of those low health targets on the side of GEEK fam. They're going in again.
Oh my goodness. What is happening? What is happening? It's Aquino that's come on with the first kill. The flanking drag catches Minas, who has no mana left. But SBTC ESPORTS, they'll still find it. They'll still find the Rift Tower, the Dragon earlier as well. Everything is starting to look towards SBTC.
Yeah, Aquino saving the cask right there for that big finisher. Not to use it as an engage tool, not as a disengage tool, no. Just to finish off the kill up against Momo there, who is incredibly low. I mean, understandable why he'd want to be aggressive because of the fact that his damage is just really, really strong. He also has already finished up his Essence Reaver, so with that, SBTC happy about picking up the Rift Herald. They can open up top side as well. This lane swap happening, coming from Julie, this tag team, it's an easy last breath setup with the Dragon's Rage knock up, like right now.
Perhaps that was the intention, especially with the Dragons as well. I think top side, we see the first kill go over. Momo, he's gonna have to face off against multiple, but Tidal Wave is gonna be pretty effective. Look at the damage coming through, and oh my goodness, this Lucian, absolutely massive for GEEK fam as they finally convert on for a double.
Nicely done, Satchel by Hockey there, able to find another kill. TF though roaming back toward bot.
Wow, this looks like a repeat here, Riku. Once again, they've caught off Momo. It's going to be the explosive cast that does the job. He tries to trade back, looking for a little bit more damage on the Gragas, but falls in the end. GEEK fam overstay their welcome and get punished.
Yeah, they got a bit greedy there. They wanted to take the tower down. They wanted to get First Blood Tower, maybe even up the map score. Not map score, but even out the gold score. But was punished immediately by TF arriving in the scene. And now, you know, First Blood Tower for GEEK fam denied as Rift Herald is laid onto mid lane.
Gonna stick up quite well. I guess best thing coming through for GEEK fam. They have the Ziggs. Well, I'm not sure that was the best play to get the Cataclysm off, but they lose so much HP in the process. And now SBTC, they're collapsing in with the last breath. They execute off the job in 69. Dead and gone so quickly. GEEK fam, no time to even say goodbye.
Yeah, they're just out of there. SBTC, you know, Julie could have been the one who gets punished because he was already being targeted by the second tower, the inner tower in the mid lane, but they had no tools. They were already out of cooldowns because of the first fight under the tower. Now SBTC moving, marking their way towards topside. And GEEK fam, even though if they arrive in the scene, I don't think they can do anything. This tower's gonna fly by fast.
I think you're absolutely right, Riku. They've walked into the crime scene, and you know it's just a dead body. It's way too late. They can't stop it from happening. GEEK fam is not getting the tip-offs early enough. They just don't have the information to react and respond to SBTC. Whereas SBTC, they have wiretaps everywhere, cameras everywhere. Look at how deep their vision is, and they find and spot them out so quickly. They know exactly where GEEK fam is moving.
Exactly. Their surveillance is just top-notch. Therefore, GEEK fam, no matter where they go, basically kind of getting stalked by SBTC here. Look at TF. It makes the way TF moves around the map makes me feel like I'm seeing double. It feels like there's two TFs in this game.
Oh,
that's how
man.
much presence he has.
That's why he's TF, because he always has that global, right? He always everywhere on the map, and we're seeing that happen in this game as well. Second trade's gonna start up. I think Riku enjoyed that joke a little bit too much. I'm not quite sure why.
I'm sorry.
I'll take it though. I'll take it.
It was really good.
I will take it. That is SBT confirming the Ocean Drake as well, and that's just only gonna help their case more. No more mana issues. They're gonna see up so much better.
Yeah, this is really, really helpful with the Mountain Drake and the Omni Vamp as well. So that's just a lot of defense buffs on the side of SBTC, which is makes it, you know, makes Momo's job a little bit harder, I suppose, in finishing up targets here with the big sustain that they have, with the big shields that they have. The Shang as well hasn't been able to shine in the spotlight, as now Minas has been split pushing at topside constantly. GEEK fam just try to catch up in the map score here as they try to push bot. Here we go again. TF arrives in the scene.
Moving on to the Shang, and Yeah, and let's put some
Teleport.
attention onto this Irelia to make something happen. Minas is coming in and looking for the collapse onto the Shang. There we go. Vanguard's edge misses out the falls duet. Is this going to be enough for SBTC to commit on fall? But Geek Fam back on the turret will hold on to these structures for dear life as they face off against SBTC Esports, who have taken that first game already, who are looking to pick up the second. 9 minutes and 45 seconds. Not as big as a stomp as last game, but not far from it, I would say.
Yeah, it's looking to be just another massacre here. Momo gone, Hockey gone, and all of the carries, the wave clear that Geek Fam needs to stall the game is gone. SBTC, this duo, Julie and TF,
wait.
this is deadly.
Wait, is this is TF gonna get the
Kick?
kick? The two-man knockup. They find the last breath. It's only onto one. And Nami flashes away, but Nick still falls in the end. 69 does get away safely though, but get mid turret.
It's just ease of execution here from SBTC. They're just taking everything away from Geek Fam.
I think it's just way too easy to even look at that. Minas instant flash away for the cat, but the timing is so beautiful from SBT.
They're just so confident in this matchup right now. Mina's just going to be able to escape from this. Every single lane has won with a big gold gap. Looking at TF as well because of his presence, because of his involvement in most of the kills in the game. He's able to rack up that sweet 4K gold lead versus his counterpart 69 over here. And the infinite scaling is still there as a big threat. You know, Kiral, Julie, as well as a Yasuo. Just one last breath is going to be enough to basically eliminate someone. So the Shang now trying his best. He has his comrades now, though. He's not going to be outnumbered on this one. But SBTC already working their way towards the Baron. The two-man, the TF and Julie.
It's pretty quick as well. It doesn't even seem like them have any inkling that this is happening around them. SBTC, I have to say, you know, surprised me with the Yasuo pick. You know, it's not entirely out of the wheelhouse, but it's not something that they look to play for most confidently. But they are executing it very well in this game, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. So perhaps this is a showing towards something new for SBT to play more of this Yasuo composition. Now here we go. They're gonna keep sweeping in through the Baron lane. Recalls channeling from Geek Fam. They have to find some way to defend this. The tidal wave comes through already, so that's gonna make things a little bit more complicated. SBT collapse in. They find the first catch. They find the lockdown, the knockout onto Momo. The Lucian is down, and that's a big chunk of their damage source. They've taken down the Shang. The second, a double kill for Julie. And now it's just down to Geek Fam to try their best to respond to defend. But if the minion waves crashing in, it's just up to SBT to decide how long they want to take before they end this game.
Yeah, exactly. Momo gone, the Shang gone. Therefore, SBTC just gonna take 1, 2, 3 steps onto the Nexus with that sweet 3 points to end the night for them.
Yeah, perhaps ending the game right here and now. They're gonna face off against the Digs. All 5 respawn from Geek, well, almost 5 respawn from Geek Fam. So SBT gonna make the respectful play and back up.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. I mean, I think it was pretty much Geek Fam. Everybody's pretty much alive. Hockey as well using the Mega Inferno Bomb just to clear down the wave. SBTC is fine to take this a little bit slow. With the humongous lead that they've already acquired, they can take a big bonus of getting that Infernal Drake as well. Maybe land a few killer clips here and there. Look at TF.
Here we go. What's he gonna do? Where's he gonna go? That's the shadows. The spooky ghosts are on you. They're chasing after. It's a nightmare. Unfortunately, the ghosts won't quite be able to get their hands on you. The Ghostbusters are here to stop it. They're gonna back you off. Back you off. I don't know what I'm even saying at this point. I don't know what Geek Fam are doing. I don't know what SBTC are doing. I don't even know what I'm saying, Riku.
The ghosts and the Ghostbusters. That's it. Geek Fam are the
something about those two things. Absolutely right.
Yes, yes.
Well, it's just down to this. The last bastion is going to be the bot side inhibitor turret. Unfortunately, with the way that SBT are looking to play it out, that might fall soon as well. And it doesn't truly matter how much they've scaled it up. There we go. Minas trading off against the Shang, but with the barrier, with the summon advantage, flashing past the falls duet, the fancy feet, the moves, the plays. As it all falls apart, doesn't matter. Geek Fam will fall in their own base. SBTC Esports have put me in the same situation as before. We're just waiting for the minions, but that's going to be game. That's the second, and the first win in the group stage for SBTC.
And they get their 3 points, everybody, to the start of their group stage. And what a statement. What a way to end. Just complete domination.